Hello, Taunton Public Schools. This is Superintendent John Cabral. Today is Thursday, April 9th, 2020, and this will be first of many public service announcements that we'll be making during the extended school closure. Today, I'd like to take this opportunity to walk you all through our remote learning plan, as well as share some important information that I think you will find very valuable during this extended school closure. Before we begin, I want to make sure everyone is well. We hope everyone is able to access the meals that we are providing at 10 locations, which I'll discuss. And also, we want to make sure that everyone is accessing the remote learning opportunities that we have distributed at our meal sites, as well as remote learning opportunities that we have provided on our website. So with that being said, why don't we dive right in to our remote learning plan, which I will cover with you on this chat using a PowerPoint that we've developed to make it easier for all to follow. The Taunton Public Schools has worked collaboratively with the Taunton Education Association to create what we feel is a very thoughtful remote learning plan that ensures access and equity to all our learners. Before we begin discussing our remote learning plan, I feel it's important to cover some very important updates. First, let's begin with education. If you haven't heard by now, April vacation was canceled. April vacation has been canceled to ensure that there is continuity in our remote education plan, which will take place effective Monday, April 13th, 2020. We also want to remind students and parents that students are highly expected to participate in the remote learning program. We also want to make sure that parents are aware that there are valuable educational resources on our website that students can access at any time. The district will also be issuing additional guidance regarding special education, the continuation of IEP meetings, as well as ensuring that students who receive services from related service providers continue to receive those services. It is also important to make families and students aware that we have added 2 new locations to our grab-and-go breakfast and lunch service. So in addition to having the 8 locations which are currently available and are listed on our website, we've also added 2 new locations at the Leddy Preschool and at Hart's Fork Corner, located on the Verizon and Domino's Pizza side. With regards to operations, we apologize for the slight inconvenience of having all our playgrounds taped off. We've also closed all our basketball courts and all our tennis courts to the public. We want to ensure that everyone is doing their part to practice appropriate social distancing during this time. We believe clear, concise, and accurate information is paramount during this extended school closure. Families can expect to continue receiving letters, emails, videos, and other public service-like announcements throughout this extended closure. In addition to continuous communication and frequent communication from the Taunton Public Schools, if there are any concerns that families or students may have, we ask that you email or contact your teacher or your principal, and they will direct you to someone who can answer your question. If at any time anyone needs additional technical support, you may send an email to support@tauntonsschools.org or call 508-821-1122 for additional assistance regarding any technical issues you may be experiencing during this extended school closure. On our Taunton Public Schools website, you will find a link to our coronavirus communication page. By clicking on this link, you can access important information to help support you and your family during this extended school closure. When you click on the Taunton Public Schools coronavirus communication page, it will take you to the Taunton Public Schools learning page. On this remote learning page, you will find all communications that have been sent to families, information regarding our food service locations, as well as our digital learning resources. Let's spend some time looking at our digital learning resources. As you see, we have resources broken out by grade level, elementary, middle, and high school, as well as AP course information, occupational therapy, family resources, physical therapy, family resources, speech, family resources, as well as various other resources families can access when clicking on this link. We've also provided an example of a schedule, which many parents have found helpful to use with their families and their students. We've also provided you with resources and information and an explanation on how to access class links. And again, also additional information is provided regarding how students can access their Google.com account. And again, very important, if you are experiencing any technical difficulties, please send an email to support@tauntonschools.org or contact 508-821-1122. If someone does not answer, please leave a message with your name, your issue, and a contact number, and someone will contact you as soon as they can. So let's begin by discussing the Taunton Public Schools remote learning plan. Following Governor Baker's announcement that school will not reopen before Friday, May 4, 2020, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, otherwise known as DESE, issued new guidance regarding remote learning plans. Prior to DESE's latest guidance, DESE emphasized placing an emphasis on providing students with enrichment opportunities, which the Taunton Public Schools has done to this point. An emphasis was placed on providing activities that keep the love of learning alive. Emphasis was placed on developing activities and opportunities all students can access. In addition, emphasis was placed on students in the school communities remaining connected, which again remains paramount for the Taunton Public Schools. We want to ensure that students remain connected to their teachers throughout this extended school closure. The Taunton Public Schools remote learning plan, we're making a shift. With the new guidance from DESE, the Taunton Public Schools is making the transition from enrichment activities to a blended remote learning platform. Despite slight modifications, our blended remote learning platform aligns with DESE's remote learning expectations. The Taunton Public Schools will actively monitor and assess the success of our remote learning plan and make adjustments as needed to ensure learning opportunities are being provided equitably and are accessible to all students. What remote learning is and cannot do. By no means, remote learning cannot replace a student's classroom experience. And we also want to stress that remote learning is not online learning. The Taunton Public Schools has also created guiding principles. These guiding principles will support our students' learning and their holistic needs. The Taunton Public Schools will continue to focus on the holistic needs of the educational community. Our remote learning plan is developed utilizing the following guiding principles. The safety and well-being of students, families, and staff has been and must continue to be our top priority. This crisis disproportionately affects our most vulnerable learners in terms of their physical and mental health, as well as academically. Equity and access continues to be our top priority. Maintaining connections between school staff and students is paramount, particularly for the most vulnerable of our school communities. In addition to our guiding principles, we have our core beliefs. Again, the core beliefs will support student learning and their holistic needs. We realize and acknowledge that nothing can replace the in-person schooling experience, and we should not expect that remote learning can replace the traditional school day. With school closures now extended, the Taunton Public Schools has an obligation to engage students in meaningful and productive learning opportunities. Remote learning is not synonymous with online learning. Remote learning will take the place in a multitude of ways. Remote learning may include helping students engage with resources in their everyday lives and natural world around them. Remote learning may provide unique opportunities to further engage students in the arts, physical fitness, and other interdisciplinary work. Our remote learning plan will seek a balance between learning through technology and remote learning that happens offline, supporting students' curiosity and deepening their understanding. I'd also like to share with you specific recommendations on remote learning. The Taunton Public Schools has developed a thoughtful blended remote learning model that incorporates aspects of both a traditional model involving educational packets and offline learning opportunities and an online learning model utilizing current technology to access digital learning resources. The Taunton Public Schools recognizes our remote learning model serves as a minimum benchmark of educational opportunities and experiences for all our students. Parents, guardians, and caregivers are encouraged to expand upon these lessons and activities each day. Educators will also communicate with our families these activities. Resources will be made available on the Taunton Public Schools Coronavirus Communication Page website. Anyone requiring assistance, again, is asked to email support@tauntonschools.org or contact 508-821-1122. The Taunton Public Schools recognizes our educators are best positioned to develop plans to meet the needs of our students and recognizes these needs may change during this extended closure. For additional information on our digital learning platform and resources, parents are asked to access the website located below at the bottom of this slide. So let's begin discussing the Taunton Public Schools remote learning model. A wide variety of learning opportunities will be utilized, and I want to stress that technology is a supportive tool, not the only tool that will be utilized. The Taunton Public Schools will continue to distribute and post packets on our website for elementary age students, and we anticipate offering similar materials for students in other grades. Educators are highly expected to utilize and supplement these resources. Various remote learning tools to engage students will also be utilized. This may include office hours, creating a virtual classroom, engaging students via email or by phone. Please be aware that educators will be providing students with feedback on their work. I cannot stress that all TPS-approved online learning platforms will meet confidentiality and student privacy standards. The Taunton Public Schools support students to engage in meaningful and productive learning. Although learning will be self-directed, students will be working independently offline and online on activities for approximately 3.5 hours per day. Teachers will provide times for groups and individual check-ins, but are not expected to be virtually teaching for the entire restructured school day. The TPS remote learning model will focus on reinforcing skills already taught this school year, as well as applying and deepening skills already taught. We recognize in some cases that there may be a need to continue with new material, particularly at the high school level. New material and issues of equity will be overseen by the building principal. The Taunton Public Schools will be mindful that the individual student and teacher experience will vary depending on student age, individual and family needs, access and capacity for remote learning, and ongoing health of students, families, and staff. The Taunton Public Schools recommends the following routine and structure for remote learning, recognizing educators and students may require flexibility while operating within these guidelines. We want to place an emphasis on opportunities for students to connect with one or more educators during the week. Educators will connect with their students throughout the week. Educators will offer ways for students and families to check in should they need additional assistance. This can be done by email, phone, or via an approved Taunton Public Schools platform. The Taunton Public Schools recognizes that students who are at high risk for learning loss, such as students with disabilities or English learners, may require more direct, regular communications with students and their families. Remote learning schedules provided to students will incorporate time each day for students to engage in physical activity and other enrichment activities such as the arts, dance, media arts, music, theater, and performing arts. Students will receive credit for the remote educational work they complete. The Taunton Public Schools will check in with students throughout the school closure to ensure students are able to access remote learning opportunities and monitor their progress. In closing, we want to thank everyone for their continued support. The letters, the emails, and the outreach that we've received from the public has been tremendous. And we want everyone to know that we are here for you. As we've stated earlier, we care. We care deeply about every one of you and all of your family members. Here at the Taunton Public Schools, please contact us. Let us know if there's something that we can help you with. And if we can't help you, we'll do our best to put you in contact with someone who can support you during these unprecedented times. So again, on behalf of the Taunton Public Schools and the Taunton School Committee, all your principals and teachers, we care. And please stay in touch and let us know if there's anything we can do to support you and your families during this time. Thank you, Taunton.